Hello, once again. Um, Maybe this is not going to be a video portraying jokes or talking about myself and else. It's more about concerns that I have right now that are happening around and just to express my point of view. And hence I'm just making my point of view, right? I'm just going to read what the First Amendment says about free speech. Here, using my phone, I'm just going to read, right? And it says basically, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress or grievances. Uh, and what is not protected, right? Is obscenity, right? Explicit stuff with minors, defamatory speech, false advertising, threats, true threats, and fighting words. Those are the things that are not protected. And now I'm just going to make my point of view, right, about what is going on right now in the country. Um, what what are the interventions, right, as well? Which entities are interfering, perhaps, uh, in to have well, for us to have a democracy as we or a better standing right now. Well, uh, there's the right and there's the left. Well, we're divided, we're polarized, right? Well, we are polarized in what is Democrat and what is a Republican, and more or less here in the aspect of what's going on. And then groups, right? Is right now what we're having is the woke left or MAGA people, right? That's what we're having right now. However, we are not addressing perhaps the main issue right now, and perhaps there are entities that are not they are not uh, here in the country for our interest, the interest of the people, right? Well, I wouldn't hide my beliefs, right? Uh, right now I'm not neither Democrat or Republican. I consider myself since um 2011, 2012, or even behind before Democrat Socialist. And well, I'm still learning about being a Democrat Socialist right now. Uh, I'm I'm learning I'm I'm learning that, and of course, it's not communism. Uh, it's different in the aspect that uh well, I just want that people have all of all people in the United States might have uh free healthcare uh and lenient perhaps uh well, not lenient laws maybe, but a better way of life, because right now we have inflation uh as a crisis right now. We have we have that, and as well, besides inflation, we have a housing crisis. Rent is going up, groceries are going up, gas is going up, uh, and the average people cannot make it to make ends meet. If you get me what I'm saying, uh, right now, mm, well, I don't have a prepared speech. I'm just trying to go with the flow. I didn't have anything written, but uh, I'm just trying. I'm just trying to make this video to go natural in some sort of way. Uh, Basically, what I'm saying is that I'm afraid and I'm concerned of what's going on right now in the country, right? And mm, um, well, one of the points perhaps that I can make is that the Red Scares is coming back again. Uh, well, the Red Scares or Red Scare, I mean, the Red Scare was from after the Cold War, right? Or during the Cold War between the USSR and the United States. Basically people who were supporting more uh, aspects of for the people, right? They were labeled as communists. And in the entertainment industry, writers, plenty of people were not allowed to pursue their careers because they were labeled as communists. And I think mm, this is happening right now again, but not behind the curtain, right? But let's say that if you if you care for the people, right, it's possibly that you're not going to have plenty of opportunities regarding in the market. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying things out. But how can I say it? Like, if you're pro Palestine, for example, right? Uh, there's there's a division right now in the entertainment industry who's pro Palestine, who's pro Israel, and this is a point that I want to make as well. Uh, well, one of the points that I'm mm, looking right now, yes, yes, I don't deny it, right? Uh, right now there's anti-Semitism in some form, but we must learn that there are different Jewish groups, right? Uh, first, so for if I do apologize if I don't pronounce them right, but first is the Sephardic, right? Which are descendants from Spain and the Arab population. Second is the Ashkenazi Jews, which they were mainly concentrated in Europe. And well, I need to cultivate myself more regarding this, but they spread from some reason to Israel, right? And then the Ashkenazi Jews established there. And third, the Semites. Yeah, uh, but the Semites were it has been studied, and as a fact, they are the Palestinians. The Palestinians are the Semites. So right now, when people say, "Oh, you are being anti-Semitic," no, there's no point for being anti-Semitic when, in the first place, you are not even a Semite. And then comes my other point, and this is the main issue here, which is Zionism. Zionism is divided in three stages, right? Which is in pol, pol, political Zionism, evangelical Zionism, and revisionist Zionism. Especially right now, the evangelical Zionism is if uh like making influence in the United States. Is making influence in the politics aspect. And one of the main aspects here is the APAC. The APAC is owned by the Zionists. Why? My question is, why, if this is a free country, why are we having another country to interfere with the politics right here? It doesn't make any sense. And then, even some politicians have pointed this out that many of the sources or the financing for weapons and everything goes back there to Israel, right? And therefore, and as a consequence, Palestinians are the ones who are suffering this. But the point is that this agenda is not of the United States. If we say, or we pretend, or I don't know, but if we say that we are a free country, right? Why are we following someone else's agenda? I don't get it. Why why are why we are following this Zionist i- ideology if we're not even part of there? The United States, first of all, first the people that came here were Native Americans. Then everyone else, including myself, came here. The United States is composed of plenty of ethnicities and religions, right? And everyone is free and able to profess anything they want, I guess. I don't know if I'm making sense or not, but it's just that I'm pointing this out. And yeah, what is happening right now with ICE, for example, for me, it you know, in my case, I'm not definitely I'm not anti-Semite or something. I I've I've read and learned plenty of the World War II, for example, right? I condemn what happened. I condemn mm, what that person, that dictator did with all these real Jews, right? Um, I condemn it, of course. But it's happening again. It's happening again in two different sides of the war, right? It's happening right now with Palestinians, and it's happening right now with us, the Latino population, or Hispanic, uh, however you wanted to call it, right? It's happening right now because uh, there's like in some groups, right? There's this vision of ethnocent Eurocentristic, Eurocentristic point of view that that is parallel, right? It's parallel with the Nazis, if you think about it. Like being Caucasian, perhaps. Yeah, and as I've told in the past, right? I don't know to what extent my rights are going to be rights because I'm not Caucasian enough. And for example, if I walk on the street, someday or the other, I'm going to be stopped for an ID or for a form of identification that I have a legal status, right? It's happening. Mhm. And coming back to the agenda, right now, right now they want to establish territory in Argentina, uh, and it's happening right now across where I'm living, right? It's happening right now in Chihuahua. They want to take uh overpower of the water sources, which I don't consider right. I know in Chihuahua there's a scarcity of water. Uh, I have been there, and for example, to take a shower, it takes hours to take it because the water is pretty scarce in some sites of Chihuahua, and Chihuahua, the city, and I can tell you so because I've been there. And now some groups want to privatize the water, or they want. That's a problem right there. I don't consider it right. And at some point or the other, yeah, it's pretty dark, right? It's pretty dark, and this side is pretty scary. And we have right a parallelism, right, between makeup or this document, right? I'm looking down. Mm, yeah, about Talmud. Yeah, I read it, and I'm not going to read it right here, but it's pretty horrible. And yes, I especially, especially, yeah, it says Libre David 37. That's that's pretty bad, and even Soldering 15, Soldering 15, and Libre David 37. In my case, well, I'll read it anyway. Who cares, right? But Soldering 15 says, even the best of Gojim mm, should be all killed. Are you serious? And then we have Libre David 37. If Gentiles, if Gentiles knew that the Talmud teach Jews to destroy them, they will kill us openly. Never communicate the Talmud with the Gentiles. Well, I already know it. No, I'm not like you. I wouldn't kill no one because I have a belief of not hurting anyone or any living thing. So mm, that will become obsolete in that aspect. But what I didn't like, and I wouldn't mention, but it's pretty awful, right? Yeah, harming kids. Are you serious, right? Yeah, if you look up of the Talmud, what it says in some aspects is pretty bad. Hurting kids, hurting Gojim or Goy, whatever. And we are not even considered humans. By what they believe, we are beasts. But as far as I know, by my biology, right? I have flesh, bones, and blood. Genes, of course, and DNA, as far as I know. Well, I don't know how this video came out, right? No, I know that I wanted to make this video, but how is coming to how it's coming to an up, right? But I just wanted to express what is going on right now. Uh, the world is nuts. If you ask me, right? Um, Here in some aspects in Texas, we're moving towards a theocracy, for example, and by the end, it's not going to be about being a theocracy or corporatism taking over. We're going to be a technocracy, and that's scary as well because we don't understand those things as well. Yes.